everybody, this is Intuitive Edge. Welcome to my channel once again. Now, it's time to look again at the candidates. So we're heading into an election year, and I want to take a look at this. I've been holding off, kind of waiting for a little time to pass, but I think as we're heading into 2020, let's take a look at the candidates to see what the energy is around them and what obstacles they face. Now, I'm only going to do 7 candidates. I know there may or may not be more. There's been people dropping out. And I haven't, there may be somebody I missed. So if there's somebody important that's running that I missed, let me know in the comments and I'll include them in another video. So today we're going to look at Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, Pete Buttigieg, Tulsi Gabbard, Mayor Bloomberg, and Tom Steyer. Okay. So I shuffled up the cards. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to look at the energies surrounding them and their campaigns, and then also look at what energies might be crossing them, so what obstacles they might be facing in their campaigns at this time. Okay, guys, I'm having too much fun here. I just paused the video, and I turned over the first card and the first card only, and I've been laughing hysterically for the last 5 minutes, and I have a hard time stopping. Okay, so the first card out was for Joe Biden. And I got the 4 of Cups, but the key word is what made me laugh. It's boredom. I thought, I'll hate to see what the obstacle card is. So, okay. To interpret this card, boredom. I think that maybe some people are getting tired of Joe Boredom. Apparently he's no longer Joe Biden, he's Joe Boredom. Okay. I'm gonna go to the next. I'm gonna throw the next few cards out and try to catch my breath here. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the boredom card oftentimes comes in when we are feeling some dissatisfaction and needing to find a renewed sense of like bringing life back into something, renewing something. That may be what his campaign or Joe is feeling like. I've got to do something to kind of bring a boost back into my campaign. There's something that's probably dragging him down or making him feel like he's just not quite on top of his game right now. Okay, so he's crossed by the Queen of Pentacles. That would be the obstacle that he faces right now. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is about focusing on what your values are and getting down to brass tacks, getting down to earth. Perhaps Joe and his campaign would do well to dig in and really focus on what they need to be doing. And there's a lot of, I think, distractions and side issues for them, things that are going on in the periphery, some that they maybe can't control. Or don't have control of, but it's affecting their campaign, and they have to find a way to get down to the basics and connect with the voters again. And I think doing that will bring in that boost that he's looking for. So next is Bernie Sanders. Now he's got the Queen of Wands, and this is a card of passion. Really getting into your creative energy and your creative potential and having a message to share. And I feel that Bernie has this. He wants to share his message and get his message out. He's crossed by the 6 of Swords, which is kind of puts a damper on that. So I'm feeling like he's got a lot of creative energy that he wants to express, but yet there's something that's feeling like he's like kind of in a box, or he's got his almost like having your hands, like one hand tied behind your back. It's like you have the ability to do things, but you almost need your other hand to help you. And so he's feeling a little bit bound or a little bit restricted. And I don't know if that's something self-imposed or if that's kind of the situation he finds himself in, but there's some frustration there at not being able to really connect with his passion and get his message out to a broader audience and maybe be received in the way that he wants to be received. So that it feels like that energy of that restriction is a big frustration for him and his campaign. Okay, next is Elizabeth Warren. Now for her, the original card that came out is the Two of Pentacles. This is a card about weighing your options. Now, I thought about this for a moment. I thought, okay, is she weighing whether or not to, what is this weighing your options? This is like, do I or don't I? And so I thought, is she thinking of dropping out of the race? Is that what she's weighing? And I felt that she's not. So I don't think that that's what she's looking at. I think she's in this to win it. She's in this to go the distance. So I'm like, okay, well, what is this weighing options? What is she doing with this energy? And I feel like it's her campaign right now is looking at what are the options? What do we have at our disposal to push this thing into high gear and make this thing go full steam ahead? So I think she's looking at, how do I get ahead? What options do I have? Do I go this route? Do I go that route? How do I move this thing forward? Now she's crossed by the Eight of Pentacles, which is the achievement card. Now this is actually a card of getting down to work and making the most of what you have. And with this achievement card on that weighing options, I think that if she can stick to it, this feels like it's a positive thing for her, a stepping stone that she can move into. It doesn't feel like, I don't feel like she's gonna slide into background, even though right now she's not really making headlines. I do feel that she has the capacity, the energy behind her to focus on ways that she can kind of move herself more into the spotlight. So they're looking at ways, her campaign is looking at ways of doing that. But with having that achievement card as her crossing card tells me that it may turn out well for her in the end if she can hold that focus. Okay. Okay, next is Pete Buttigieg. He has the King of Swords with the keyword ambition. To me, this feels like this is a personal thing for him. It feels like he's personally driven, and it almost feels like it's really ego related. Like he really wants this to make himself either look good or feel like this sense of accomplishment, or feel like he's really taking a bigger role in the world stage. I feel like he really needs this. It feels like it's kind of a needy thing, kind of an ego boosty thing. Like he needs to kind of do this to make himself feel like he's more than. And so this is very personal to him to run for president. Now he's crossed by the Justice card, and the keyword on that is balance. And so I'm wondering if that energy of needing to kind of temper that with having things in balance as he's moving into this role, this campaign role. Having a major arcana in the Justice card crossing him tells me that this is like a life lesson. So that ego thing, I think, that neediness in him that is driving him, I think he's going to run into challenges that his soul is wanting him to learn lessons about. He's got some big, heavy soul lessons coming up for him in this, challenges, ways for him to see himself and see his own energy, kind of a reflection of who he is back to him. So he's going to be having to face some things related to bringing himself into balance. Okay. Now he may not see that is what's happening on a soul level. So this is kind of like what's hidden, what's on a soul level with him. But this is, his soul is trying to steer him into balance. Okay. So next is Tulsi Gabbard, and her first card out is the Reflection card. It's the Six of Cups. This is also a card of learning from the past and seeing how it relates to the future. I feel like with her, I get a sense that she had a happy childhood or had a happy upbringing, or there were some aspects of the past for her that she has fond memories of, whether it's her personally or just the energy around her felt positive. And I feel like she's a little nostalgic, and I feel like she's wanting to kind of bring that and what she felt, like how she was raised and what she felt growing up. She wants to kind of bring that feeling with her into how she wants to lead as a leader. Like, we can be great the way we were. We can bring those good things and good times with us. We don't have to leave the good that we were in the past behind. We can bring that with us. And I feel like she's wanting to kind of bring that nostalgia and in the way that she felt, and bring those good feelings. That's what she's wanting to kind of communicate through her message. The card crossing her is actually a very positive card. It's the 10 of Cups. However, this card is also the card of things being completed, and the key word is completion on this card. Having the card of reflection and the card of completion together makes me have a sense or a feeling of being blessed or happy at the way things are, and feeling that sense of connection. Now, these cards aren't terribly negative, like that would make me think she's ready to drop out of the race or hang it up, but having that completion card makes me wonder if she's maybe reflected on this enough to think that, it's okay if she did step out now, but I don't know that she's going to yet. So I still think she's a contender. I still think she's in this, but she may be reflecting, hey, I've gone this far. If she was to give it up, I don't think she would have any regrets. But I do still think there's some fight left in her that wants to stay in this and see how far she can go. Next is Tom Steyer. Now, with him, he's got the Hanged Man. This is a card of being in limbo. That's the key word on this card. Now, with this, I get a funny sense because the card crossing it is the King of Cups, and that card is understanding. But for some reason, those two cards together, their energies, one of being in limbo and one of understanding, I'm wondering if there's something that it feels like a stuck energy. Sorry, I just got distracted. I had a hummingbird fly right at the window in front of me. It's December. I didn't know hummingbirds were out. So I'm wondering if this stuck energy is because there's something that he is not yet understanding, or because the cards are leading into each other. The energies are crossing. And so I'm feeling like if there's something that he's not understanding, that's the reason that he may feel like he's stuck in limbo, or that he's not maybe moving the way he wants to move forward with his campaign. And I don't know if I can drill into what that is, but there's something that he needs to understand more. And it has to do, the cups are all about our emotions, what we're feeling inside, maybe getting in touch with his own feelings, his own emotions, maybe realizing that there's something that maybe he needs to get or feel or something to be able to move into the next level with his campaign. So I think his biggest obstacle is himself, and I'm not really sure how to quantify that exactly, but I think if he realizes that he is the one that can change that stuck feeling, that he's the only one that can change that feeling that he's got. And there's something that he needs to get that'll help kind of break through that barrier for him. So Mayor Bloomberg has the Ace of Cups on him and crossed by the Page of Wands, which is a card of creativity. So this tells me that he has a lot of luck on his side. This is a card of creative pursuits. This the love card is about, it's like nurturing a creative project, and having that creativity card crossing it tells me that there's a lot of energy on this pursuit that he has. I don't get any real bad feelings from this, as though I think he's going to stay in this for a time, a space. Whether he'll be the ultimate nominee, I haven't looked at that specifically in this reading. I may do that in a subsequent reading. But that love card with the creative energy really is not particularly concerning in terms of the direction of his campaign. I do kind of get kind of a lightheartedness, or a kind of, not quite frivolous, that's not really the right word, but just like he's just doing this as a kind of an experiment, or having fun with it. I think he's enjoying what he's doing, and he's in this just to kind of see what happens and to have a little bit of fun and put some creative energy in it. And I don't know that he takes it like really seriously, like being president. I think he's just kind of playing right now. It's kind of got a playful feel to it. So we'll see what comes up with him in the future. So the last card I threw out was on the position of other. So is there anybody else that maybe has enough energy to pull through and to be a contender in the race for the presidential race for the Democrat Party? Now, we have the Judgment card and the card of self-reflection on this. Now, I find this interesting because this card is kind of like what kind of brings you back to yourself and focusing back in on the truth and what needs to take place and what needs to happen. It's kind of a wake-up call, is the Judgment card. And I'm wondering if this is a challenge to the Democrat Party, perhaps, to really get back in touch with what their purpose is and what they really want to achieve and what their goals are. And to really do some self-reflection as to what matters most and what are the issues that are of most importance. So now, in terms of whether or not there may be another candidate, perhaps waiting in the wings, that may come in. So this is a major arcana, so that tells me that it's possible. The card crossing it is the Luck card, the Ten of Pentacles. This is also a positive card about home and family and doing what's right. So I'm wondering if there may be someone possibly in the wings, but I think it's more of a challenge card, just because of the nature of that self-reflection and wake-up call Judgment card, to just really get in tune and get focused on the issues that matter most. So if there is somebody else that wants to jump in the race, they may do well. People have asked, is Hillary going to jump in, or Michelle Obama, or so I may do a separate video on those that have not yet jumped in to see if there's energy on those. I think I did look at it last spring a little bit previously with Hillary and such, and I didn't really get a strong energy on it, but times have changed, and maybe I'll take a look at that further and see. But I think I'm going to leave that here for now. So this is kind of a good round out for these 7 people. So we'll see kind of what takes place in the coming days. But these are the energies on their campaign specifically, and what they kind of need to look at in terms of what their obstacles are. So, all right, that's all I have for today. I appreciate you stopping by my channel. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, leave a like, and we'll catch you next time, all right? Thank you again. Bye for now.